Hola, los saluda Juan Carlos Arciniegas y hoy les presento una edición especial de Escenario. Y es especial porque se trata de una charla que muy pocas veces ocurre. Sucedió al final de un día cuando el entrevistado, una verdadera estrella de la música mundial, terminaba una larga jornada de entrevistas con prensa de varios países y nos enfrentábamos a la posibilidad de que por cansancio redujera el tiempo pautado y no tuviéramos material suficiente para esta media hora. Al final se extendió mucho más, pues con una sinceridad que en un principio, admito, me causó sorpresa. Michael Bublé hizo un largo recorrido desde cuando era pequeño y ayudaba a su familia en el negocio de la pesca, hasta ahora que está convertido en un exitoso cantante que ha vendido millones y millones de discos. Pero hablamos muy poco de música, pues hoy su verdadera pasión es su familia, su esposa, la actriz y modelo argentina Luisana Lopilato, y el bebé que ambos esperan. Los dejo entonces con Michael Bublé.
It's great to meet you because one of the things that I like about you is that you seem to have a very good sense of humor. Even with the paparazzis, you're nice.
Oh, gracias. I am. I'm always nice.
You are, right?
Yeah. But again, so are those murderers that kill many, many people. And their neighbors always say,
he was such a lovely, nice man, a quiet man.
You know, and then you find out
psychos.
they've killed millions, yeah.
Okay.
I've killed nobody.
No, but you see, you have a good sense of humor, and I like that. And people say that you are very humble, and we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
But I want to know first, when you go to awards and you receive an award, and I'm sure you have to think about the producers, your manager,
Yeah.
the co-writing team, blah, blah, blah. But there's always someone who's going to be, I think, in your mind, which is Demetrio Santaga.
Yes.
Is that the reason, the person why you're here today?
Yeah, you know what, it's, Demetrio is mi abuelo, and he is hugely important to me. Just my idol, my friend, he just loved me a lot, you know, and fostered my love of jazz and great American standards and stuff like that, and so definitely a huge part of my life. But you know, and I don't diminish his importance, but my mother, my father, and my sisters, and you know, there's so many people that, you know, what's amazing is that to get to this position, people couldn't realize how many people it takes to give unconditionally. Because they do these things not because they need to or there's anything in it for them. They do it because they care about you and they love you and they believe in you. And it's amazing to me.
Who was that person, the first person who listened to you? You have a story in the car and Merry Christmas, you were singing. Was it your father, was it your mother, was it your grandfather? Well, thanks to him that you started loving the music and the jazz, etc. But who was the first person to say, you know what, you have talent? Or was it you that said, I have talent?
You know, I mean, the very honest truth is that at a young age, I loved music. I was passionate about music. Even at 5 years old, 6 years old, it meant so much to me. I couldn't imagine a life without it as a fabric of my every breath, you know. But I don't think until I was about 13 did anyone really know that I really could sing. I mean, I thought I could. And then at 14, my drive didn't come from a passion for music. I would love to tell you at 14 years old that I was such a genius that I had dreamt of, you know, becoming successful. The reason I wanted to be famous is because I wanted to make out with girls so bad, you know.
Is this true?
Oh my God, yeah. Is this absolutely true? Is it true of any man? Most men, unless they're gay. And then they don't think about trying to make out with other girls. Which my wife thought I was, yeah. Yeah, but that's the truth. It really drove me. And I think that many men who are ambitious, almost all men who are ambitious for power in any business, that's a huge draw. And that was what it was for me. And the music meant all of these things for me. I was a romantic. Even at a young age, I was a romantic. And I really wanted to fall in love, you know. I wanted to meet someone, and God, I'd never kissed a girl, you know. And all of these songs gave images of this wonderful, romantic, you know, almost a movie of life, you know. And these songs were so romantic for me in that way.
But you're romantic, but you were raised by all these men, these fishermen who took you out for months offshore. I don't know exactly where you guys would go.
We were blue collar.
Still you think about it, right? You still think that it helped you to build your personality and the person you are too. A strong man.
Absolutely. I think, well, it's just coming from, like many of us do. I've come from a, not a rich family. I've come from a middle class, hard-working, good family, that love each other, that put family first. And I think that they have so much integrity that it's difficult for that not to rub off on you somehow. Yeah, I come from a very blue-collar place. I was never fancy. We didn't have fancy things, and we were never poor. My family, anything that we wanted, they got us. I mean, we were, you know what I mean. But definitely there was a work ethic that came from coming from a family that had a difficult job like that, and there was an appreciation for what we had. I got a good mom and dad, and they had a good mom and dad. So, this is something I hope that I bring to the table when I have a baby.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. I did it. It worked.
You were talking about, I know when I move people, you moved me here with these just the last words of a song that I really loved, Close Your Eyes.
Oh.
It says, you are the reason that I'm feeling, no.
You're the reason that I'm breathing. With a little look my way, you're the reason that I'm feeling that it's finally safe to stay.
It's finally safe to stay. And then the title of the album, I know it's a song, but it's also To Be Loved.
Yeah.
For someone who sings about love and been singing about love all his career, must be like, wow.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happiest in my life now because I like me. And it's the first time in my life, it's the last few years I really started to fall in love with myself, I wasn't a good guy. I mean, I was okay. I was never a bad man. I was never physically abusive or a drug addict but I definitely wasn't happy. I didn't love myself. And because I love myself now, it gives me the opportunity to love my family more and to love my wife more. There was always this sort of self-loathing, because, and it all stemmed from insecurity. That same insecurity that drove me to become a famous musician. That same insecurity that told me that I needed power. I needed power to show people that I'm worth being loved, And then it got to a point where I had a relationship and I had my heart broken for the first time, and I realized that if I didn't change, that I would be probably a very lonely old man. I'd be a rich old man with a hot girlfriend who didn't love me.
But
I like
trophy wife. But
trophy wife, exactly, yeah.
But talking to you and the way you're explaining how you were raised and everything, it doesn't seem like you were a bad person. So, but you say I didn't love myself.
No, I didn't love myself. No. I was jealous. I was insecure. I was a cheater. I lied to myself. I lied to everybody about different problems that I had. And, it's funny. I found myself, being such a good liar that the world would never know what it was that I was lying about. And I just think that, I think we all have certain things inside us. I think we all have things that we wish were better. And I know, I mean, even you, sir, I'm sure that sometimes you sit at night and there are things that maybe you don't even want to admit to yourself.
Yeah.
And I think the difference for me in this time of my life was I finally admitted it to myself, and I finally sat down and looked in the mirror and said, okay, Mike, you don't love you, and therefore you can't be in a relationship with a woman who truly loves you because you don't feel like you deserve to be loved. And so it's time to do something about it. And so I started to do therapy, and I started to be more open about me and how I felt. And, I don't have a filter. So even in an interview with you like this, it's impossible for me to filter anything. I'm just to be honest and open, and I think things just happen the way that they should happen,
And you don't know how much, we appreciate when we were able to talk to someone and it's being like this.
Yeah.
Because people love you more.
Sometimes. Sometimes, I find sometimes people don't forgive you. Do you know, sometimes they, you know, for some of the things even I've just said to you today, you know, the words cheater, liar, abusive, you know, all this stuff, I think people, you know, the thing is, it's strange because there was an image of me that was sold to the world by my record company. A very smooth, very romantic, nice, funny man, you know. But of course, you know, the real me is far more complicated than that, you know. I can be a jerk. I can be, you know, such a jerk and say stupid things that I wish I didn't say, and I can, you know, so we're all of us are much deeper than that, you know. And I just try to, it's funny, you know, I sit and tell you all these things, but I have to always tell myself, because it's very easy to go back to that place, you know. So I got to kind of always, you know,